Hello guys, so this is what we're going to make today. So this is a kind of rave, hard, techno style, Basswell style. So we're gonna go through all the elements. Let's first see what makes the Basswell style. Let's start with the kick. Here we go. So this is my kick. I kept it pretty simple. So I'm gonna start with the bass layer. So I have my original kick. So you see it's already a process kick from a previous track, but it's pretty clean. Like there's not so much layers on top of it. It's just a sub that was distorted. So I think with the amp on bass mode, and it's pretty long already. We have this big sub that's compressed, and what I wanted is just a clean kick with a big rumble that was distorted and some top kick that cut through as usual, but that was also distorted. So I took the same sample, but to get some different kind of transient, I pitched it up, so by 3. So if I show you, it's the original sample, and when I pitch it up, this gives me a better transient, a bit more sharp and a bit more in the high end. And I want something distorted, so I put 2 overdrives to get you see this nasty grit, and especially in the mid, because here I want the mid kick, and I will fill up my kit with some snare to get the high end transient. So here I don't want to mess up the bass, so important to cut the lows. Actually, I could have done it like this. And here wanted something cleaner to make some space for the top kick. So already I have a kind of a top kick here. It's a snare. So in this snare we have something interesting already with the transient. So I want to keep the transient, but I also want the ambience, like the big reverb, the warehouse effect that I want to keep, but it was a bit too prominent. So first I withdraw because there's too much highs, especially at over 5 kilohertz, and then I sidechain. So I only keep the transient. So with the kickstart, I wanted something sharper, so I use this, and the trick is to use another kickstart to withdraw the last part. And so now I have a sharp transient. So this was my my kick. So already I have a big body, a good sub, and a transient, and now I want a bit more movement and also rumble. That's important. So if we take everything out, first I want to compress the whole thing to mix together the 3 layers and already to get some distortion and compression because it's Rave Techno, so I want something fat. So again, be careful with drum bass. No, I'm not going 100%, but still I'm in medium mode, and it's just hearing using your ears and to make sure that's not over compressed, so sometimes it could be. And then I have my kick layer. This is the dry signal. I have a delay and I have a reverb, which is the rumble. So this is my go-to rack. Again, I use the shaper to make a clean sidechain. But what's interesting is that first I have a full reverb on, pretty low size, to get really a mass of sub. And so here it's just the kick going through 100% reverb. I make it resonate with this corpus, with the pipe mode. Then I compress it. I start to compress it. So here we go. Already I have something very compressed in the bass, and I want to just keep this bass part. So here it's a clean rumble, but I want something with more grit, more distortion, because it's Rave Techno. So I can put the amp. You can try the different modes. This could have worked also. And I put some even more saturation. So here it's just a matter of trying, putting some different distortion, changing the parameters. I could have also add another EQ here, but I kept it like this. And then there is the sidechain. So now is my kick. So you see already I have a big kick. And then I just add a small layer of delay. So here again you can try and put your delay in the high end or in the mid or low, just about trying. So same thing, delay, a bit of reverb to make it move, to have some space. Sometimes it's nice to have something that resonates, so you can try the different frequencies. Here it's the distortion, because here it's too clean. It's resonating, but I want the grit. So then again you can try different parameters here. This could have worked also. And then it's just EQ. There's a bit of an autopan to get it moving also, to have a bit more space. So you see here it's subtle, but it just adds a little bit something in the low mid. And then I wanted something more dark, more aggressive, more distorted again. So I use this preset from Ableton a lot, a bit warmer, but also you gotta be careful. I only use it at 6%. If it's too much, it's gonna overcompress and it's gonna mess up the punch. And then I tried to put another amp, because why not? And I liked it. So yeah, sometimes just try and put some different layers of distortion and then tweak the knobs until you get something you like. And here it's a trick I use sometimes on my kicks. It's using erosion, so it adds a bit of noise, a layer of noise. It's quite cool. And then it's EQ, so I wanted my kick to be a bit more clear, and was missing a bit in the body, in the punch here. And then you make sure your bass is in mono. It's important. So this is my kick, and in the Basswell style I thought, okay, we have often a clap or snare layer on top of the kick to make it cut through. So in terms of pattern, it's really to enhance the kick. So you have a clap or snare on top of your kick, and I just added a bit of variation here, so it's less monotonous in the loop. And this is a clap. I think it's the basic 909 clap from Ableton. Yeah, and then it's just about getting the distortion right. So again, you gotta try put some distortion until it's good. So I started with the overdrive to get really like the noise part of it. So already it's better. Then I wanted a bit more mid. Then drum bass. So I could have used a compressor, but I think drum bass is quite cool because I have compression but also distortion. And I always use the transient knob here to compress. So I really keep only the transient part. Then I wanted something a bit more bright. Then this is my go-to rack for industrial ambience. So I show you each time, but this is a flanger for make it move. But here it's not activated. I have reverb, so I don't have it, but here just an EQ to get a bit more brightness. Could also withdraw the lows, that's useless here. And then a small delay in the high end with the ping pong mode, and a bit of reverb. So this really gives me some space. And then I thought, okay, I wanted something cleaner, so I added some kickstart or sidechain. Same trick as the snare on the kick group. So you see, it's really like a huge noise mass, but I only keep the transient part to get something very powerful. And then when I tried something I think I just added a bit of layer. It's just a hardstyle kick that I just take the grit of it. This is subtle, but yeah, it adds a bit in the high end here on my kick, and so I kept it. And that's it for the kick. Then we have the stab. So of course this is the basic stab everyone uses, but this is what the styles ask. So this is a Rave generator. This is the go-to plugin to do this kind of stuff, and this is like the most basic stab. So I think I took this one, 1991 Anastasia. And so here again it's trying to make the thing huge, to give it lots of space and give it some grit and distortion. So I started with the amp. I added a bit of overdrive to make it a bit more dark. Then of course we have lots of resonances, so I wanted to clean things up and then just have a good balance between the high and mids. Again, the industrial rack, so basically lots of delay and reverb, and then a big reverb, so 6 seconds and between 10 and 20%. This is what gives really the space. And again, some delay, boosting things up with the drum bus, and compress it with the same transient trick, and then a bit of sidechain for the kick. And in terms of patterns, I've tried different things. Really just take the scale. So I took the scale from my kick. I think I took Frisian mode. Yeah. Here, so it's not exactly on the scale because the note was there was one semitone up, based from the sample from Rave generator. So I first tried to see with the spectrum what was the note, so you can check it here, and based on that you can adjust your scale and then try different things. So usually it's better to keep the same notes or to keep with the closed notes to get something more dark and more efficient. And then you gotta try different patterns, make it go quick, try to have at least one variation with the bar. So here you see it's quite the same notes here, but just have a little variation and a kind of a final note for my 8 bar. And really then it's just about trying different patterns. And there you go. Also you can try and just record something, use your keyboard. Sometimes good ideas can come better, easier this way. So you just record. You see? So you record like this, and then you can rearrange, try different things, duplicate, and so on. And this is usually a good way to start and get some interesting patterns. So that is it for the stab. Then we have this lead. So I took Serum. I think I started with some pluck presets, but I changed a lot of things. What I kept is just one oscillator with huge detune to get that big space and something very strong. When you play the note, of course, it's minus infinite the sustain. You just get a small decay. And again, you gotta link your envelope with the low cut filter. So here it's not the same envelope, but it's basically the same in terms of decay here. So I could have link here. And then I have multi-band distortion compression, and this is really important. This is really what gives you this big distorted sound. So here you can get this multi-band compression and then modify here to get the sound you want. Also big distortion here with this one, and huge delay and reverb to get this space again. And then you see I added some more distortion, lots of distortion, because I took 3 amps, 2 overdrives, so you know sometimes you gotta go hard to get something interesting. And to make it move, I used here the dry wet from the amp. And I make it move throughout the notes. So here just get the right balance, no lows that would interfere with the kick. Again, huge reverb and sharp compression with the transient and some sidechain. And so here I wanted to have a call and answer. So I just kept this last note from this pattern, from the stab. And I was something before. So I took this to make the call and the stab to make an answer. And then just, I think I tried to type some notes the way I showed you here. I recorded and I added just a layer here, 1 octave under. It's just to get a stronger sound. So you see, it's just to get more frequencies and a fuller sound. And something interesting I tried, I can show you. You see here the pattern just evolves basically. But starting from here, I got a pitch envelope. And so to do that, you can go here in the MIDI channel, in envelope, and you can draw an automation here to make the pitch go up, and here to make the pitch go down. And you get this movement and this interesting sound. And so that's it. I think I tried to get, I have another. But I decided to keep this one. But this could have worked also. And to make it enter at the drop, I used a sweep that I made from this. And to do this, I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna show you with the other lead. So just record one note from this. So here I'll just keep just this sound. I put the reverb 100%, maybe like 6 seconds. So I get this. I can freeze. And then I get this sweep. And so I can take this small part. Maybe take this one. And you get your sweep. You just put it here. And there you go. So that's the way you can make your sweep homemade, and so you get something very coherent with your sound. So then we have a vocal. So here it's just a vocal I found. So what's important with this style is to have very sharp vocal. You make a loop, a very small loop. So in terms of processing, nothing really interesting, just the same as the other channels. So distortion, delay and reverb and some sidechain. But here it's really about getting a quick and sharp vocal. And of course you gotta make sure you're in the right pitch. So again, you can take your spectrum, try to see the note here, take the fundamental, and then you can pitch it up or pitch it down depending on your scale. And here it's just about playing the arrangement to put some here I put the full vocal before the drop, so this makes a variation. This is a very groovy loop to make it go fast. I could add also here and just play with it. Here in the break, nothing special, just a break loop. And same processing, so distortion, reverb, delay, lots of reverb to get something very big and in the same space as the track. And then I have my drums. So first I got this loop. So for all of these drums, I use the same processing. So always distortion, delay, reverb, compression with the drum bass, withdrawing some nasty resonances with the EQ. So you see, to do that, you can take either this mode, You see, here I have one. So sometimes you can already see them because this is huge frequencies. Sometimes it's something that's pleasant to hear, but sometimes it's not. So you gotta try, redraw them, see if it kills the sound or if it's if it was annoying, and then you can withdraw it. And to do this this loop again, it's same thing as the vocal. You want something sharp and quick that goes fast. So the full loop was this. I could have kept this one or this one, but I decided to just have this short loop. And this is a kind of open hat, but with more movement and more groove. And I added a bigger open hat, and this is the basic 909 from Ableton. So here, just about choosing the right sample. Again, use very clean sample. So I used the native 909 from Ableton, and then it's just about giving it the grit to make it hard techno, and give it the space to have the same space as the whole track, to have something coherent, and then just compression to make things cut through. Also here I reduced the decay because I wanted something sharp that matches the kick. So could have worked also, but it's not the same style. And then I have my hi-hats. So here, same technique as this one. There was a full loop. I only kept a small part. Something groovy. And here, just a ride. And same thing, this is the native, oh no it's not, but yeah, it's quite clean ride. And I just bit of saturation, and here just withdrawing the resonances. See this one, very nasty. This also, this is more noise than a big ride with resonances. And there it is for my drums. And I also have group everything, some compression, a bit of reverb, but very slight reverb, some sidechain, and a bit of saturation. So this is to glue everything together. So you see here it's a bit too clean. We can hear the different elements, and here it's more coherent. I have some big drums. And then finally we have the clap. So this is to complete a bit the snare. A bit of a different variation, but quite the same thing. So you follow the kick. So one clap every kick, and a bit of variation to make the thing move a bit more. And then same thing. So 909 clap, distortion. You withdraw the lows you don't want. Here I kept the erosion to get a bit more high end, compression, and delay and reverb. And you see every elements basically are in the same room with the same reverb and the same delay, because I use the same for each and every element. And this gives this more cohesive, coherent room and space. And really that's it. I just have here an impact, a sweep impact for the drop, and so withdraw the lows. And here I just put one kick in reverse to get this drop. And here in terms of arrangement, so this is a basic intro that I made quick, so just drums and kick. So you have the impact to say, okay, this is the beginning of the break. You make come your big lead, your stab, bit of variation with the break. And here variation, I withdraw the last note and I call the drop with the full vocal. Reverse kick and then big drop, plus the impact. Here what's interesting is that we could have waited for the same pattern, but we changed the lead quite quickly and we go back again to the stab, so this is quite effective. Then I'm used the same technique for this little break, and then I make come the different drums. And that's it for this tutorial. Alright, so thank you very much for the ones that support my channel, subscribe, and please let me know what you think of this tutorial, if it helps you, and let me know what you want in terms of tutorial for the next videos. Thank you very much for the support, and see you in the next one.